What is going on, Nissan Nation? From All Things Nissan here in Middle Tennessee, kind of my living room, to wherever you're watching this on YouTube. This is your Nissan Nation podcast update, and we've got breaking news. Ba-da-ba-ba. Ford. You're like, Ford? What? Ford? Ford. They have a Bronco coming out, and a couple days ago they said, hey, in spring of 2020, we are going to preview it, and it'll be at sale later that summer. And kind of cool. I always like when there's more SUVs to go around, actually body-on-frame SUVs, and something that's actually built for, kind of the rugged off-road, maybe, whatever your overland, whatever your thing is. I'm a truck guy at heart, so I think it's kind of cool. And if you go over to the Truck Life podcast that premieres next month, we'll talk about these things in more depth. But this is the Nissan Nation podcast, and we're not worried about that right now. No, but what am I getting to with Ford doing that? So just recently, within the past hour, Ford has now shown their desert running version of this truck. It was kind of out of the blue. So they're taking on the Baja 1000, and what better way to have Ford Performance come in and just do it's an outline of the Ford Bronco. They call it a Bronco R, what does that R stand for? Raptor? Yes, it kind of does stand for a Ford Raptor. It looks like to be like an independent front suspension, obviously solid rear. Ford's claiming that it is supposed to be pretty close to the suspension. Now, I kept hearing everybody wanting solid axle. You're going to compete with Jeep. It's got to be a solid axle. And I kind of tend to agree with that. If I'm building an off-road based vehicle, I would go solid axle. But Ford's had an incredible amount of luck with the Raptor, the F-150 Raptor as is. So why would you change a good thing, man? They're about sales. Once you buy the truck, they don't care what you do with it. They're not like Jeep. Jeep builds a vehicle specifically knowing you're going to take it from the lot and you're going to go to the tire shop and go get a new suspension put on it and all that. So Ford is more about volume. And now, will the Bronco be a high volume vehicle? I would hope Ford thinks so, but I think if they sell 25,000 a year, that's like a success for that vehicle. So, getting to Nissan, we used to have something called the Xterra and Pathfinder, and sadly, due to crash standards changing, we couldn't have our Xterra anymore because the roof didn't meet the current crash test ratings. So, Nissan had to pull the plug on that. Well, if you've watched this show on a consistent basis, like last week, you'll see that I was talking about the Frontier. And we have a new Frontier coming around. And obviously they're gonna do the Pro 4X version, and I've hinted at there might be a Nismo version coming out, something that might take on a vehicle like this. But Nissan needs to get back into the body-on-frame SUVs. If you watch a lot of the popular YouTubers now, they're all saying it, that SUVs are so hot right now in car sales. Why would you not build a true body-on-frame SUV right now? Gas prices are super low. People want to feel rugged. Overland is like huge. It's like as soon as Nissan dropped the ball on the Xterra, it's like the Overland community came out and was like, boom, like gangbusters. And it has a very loyal following. Now, when the Xterra first came out in 2000, actually in 99, sometime in 99 as a 2000 model, they sold 88,000 the first year. It freaked them out. They sold so many. And within 2 years, they did a refresh on it, which in my opinion was probably a mistake. I think the Xterra that body style came out just a little too late, but I don't make those calls. And so they went to the round headlights, which I actually like those. I think those are good looking Xterra. And then 2 years later, they changed it again to the Gen 2 and more boxy, more soccer mommy. I own one. I still love the vehicle, but it lost a little bit of that truck-based SUV feel. So, back to what we're talking about. So, Nissan, it's time, guys. Like I love my Nissans. I'm a big Nissan guy, but it's time to be taken seriously. It's time to do a couple things, and we'll go into the CVT thing in another show. But it's time to give us back an SUV, a body-on-frame SUV. It's well past time. By the time, if you were to start designing it today, by the time that you brought it to market, it'd probably be pastime, and then the little cars would be the thing again. They've had a real problem with this the flows of what people want of sticking with it. They rode out the Ultima. The Ultima was doing crazy sales numbers. Now you've got the Rogue, which is based on the Ultima. It's doing crazy numbers, but guess what? Each one of those cars are starting to do this in sales numbers. And of course, Nissan almost a year ago is when the Gone issue popped up, and it's just crippled the company for 2019. But you need something to kind of get the truck buyer excited, and I know the Frontier will do that, and the stuff I've seen of it, it's going to be pretty epic. But we like to package things, right? Makes them cheaper to build. We need to package an SUV along with this Frontier, and I'm thinking it's time to bring back the Xterra. Can I hear an amen? Bring back the Xterra. If you're going to take on this, look, here's the Ford. If you're going to take on that, you need to take on it with an Xterra. And I'm not going to be one of those homers that are like, oh, it's got to be solid axle, it's got to be this and that. Guys, it's never going to be that. But whatever your plans are for some kind of economy engine, you're going to need two engines in this thing to make it feasible. Just like the Frontier, you got two engines in that. You're going to need two engines in this. You're going to need some seems like they got a variable compression engine they've been building. That would work. Gear it right. You're probably going to get great fuel economy with that. And then you need something a little bit bigger, whether it be the new 3, or I won't say new 3, the 3.7 V6, or if there's a new design of a 4.0, or whatever your next bigger V6 is that you're wanting to dump in the Titan, but just hadn't had the balls to do it. Something like that. Give us a couple options. I know my Titan guys, you're always fussing about we wanted engine options. And it's tough for when you're not moving a lot of vehicles, it's tough to offer that. But I think it's time. I think it's time to let it all out, go crazy for this market. If Ford's been doing it and they've been teasing us for like 5 years of a stupid Bronco, which is a good looking truck, it's time that Nissan get taken seriously. You know how to build mid-sized vehicles. Let's keep building the Titan because I like it and I think it's the best value in a full-size truck. But let's be honest with it. It's time to build things that you know how to sell volume of. Frontier and Xterra. So, what do you think? Tell us what you think of the Ford Bronco in the comments below. Please like this. It just helps. Every time I get a like, it just pushes us up in the old rankings of YouTube, and that helps quite a bit. And share this if you would. It means a lot to us. We're still on our goal of hitting 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and currently we are at 622. So, a lot of work to be done, but let's see, we had 97 at the beginning of the year, and if you guys have been with me since then, I appreciate it, man. So, comments below, feed us, tell us what you think. It's only going to translate to the podcast that we're about to do. We got episode 100 coming out very, very soon, so it's going to be a reflection of our past 5 years of doing the podcast. So, from All Things Nissan here in Middle Tennessee to wherever you watch us here on YouTube, this is your Nissan Nation podcast, and I'm your host, David Boyd. Peace.